Okay, just a brief background if you want to take notes about Anton. Let me just run down a few of Anton's timeline. So Anton was born March 28, 2006, so he just turned 18. He's currently a freshman at the University of Asia and the Pacific. And back in 2019, Anton participated in his first Jet Sports Association of the Philippines National Tour Champion for novice 1100 runabout stock. Also in the same year, he won gold already in Malaysia and declared as the youngest jet ski racer at 13 years old in the Philippines. So he was the champion for junior time attack. Fast forward to 2022, syempre nagkaroon ng pandemic. 2022, he was the JSAP overall national champion. In 2023, he was the representative of the Philippines for the SEA Games in Cambodia. Also in the same year, he was the Networks Club Race champion. And 2023, he was the World Finals champion, novice runabout, 1100 stock. Back to after 2023, 2024, he was also the World Finals champion. But this time, it's the Pro-Am 1100 runabout stock. So from novice, naging pro na siya. Grabe, what an achievement. Let's call him now the man of the hour, Anton Nicolas de Jos Ignacio. Here we go! Anton, please stand here first for photos. Our friends would love to take a photo of you. Don't be deceived, mukhang bagets, pero champion na yan. World champion na yan. Look here on this side, please. Alright, Anton, have a seat. Bati ka muna. Dito ka sa gitna. Para center. Bati ka muna sa kanila nga.
Hi everybody, good evening. Thank you for coming.
Mahiyain, pero wala ba siyang stage fright? Upo muna, Anton. Let's call in, also joining us tonight, let's call in your parents. proud parents. Let's call in Joyce and Robert Ignacio. Hello! Picture muna, kayo na kayo dyan, please. Anton, joined by his parents, Joyce and Robert. Look here first, this side. And on the other side, please. Alright, thank you, have a seat. Also joining us tonight is the Vice President of JSAP, or the Jet Sports Association of the Philippines, Mr. Paul Del Rosario.
He's also a previous world champion.
There you go. Also a world champion, 3-time world champion. Another photo up, let's start with Paul this time. Let's look here first on this side. Paul, look here this side. There you go. Yan. And then other side. Okay, let's have a seat. Wait muna tayo. Okay. Robert, bati muna tayo sa ating mga friends in the press here.
Thank you very, very much to all of you. I know it's been a rainy day, a stormy day, but still, maraming salamat po sa inyong presence and support para sa ating champion rider. Thank you very much.
Joyce, please.
Hi, good evening. First of all, we appreciate your time and effort to come. Like my husband said, despite the bad weather. So I hope you all stay safe and enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joyce. Paul.
Thank you for having me here to the national. Congrats to you and thank you for everyone coming to support our club this time.
Alright. So, before we call in our friends from the press to ask their questions, siguro yun sa parents muna, no? Parang when did it all start? Because looking at Anton, he's so young, and then I was reading the achievements at 13, champion na siya. Diba? The youngest champion. when did it all start? The passion for jetski. And why jetski of all sports? Pwede naman basketball, volleyball, or anything like that. What's with jetski? Robert Conan.
Well, going back in the 90s, kami nila po, well, as senior of Philippines, I was also a national champion of chess
Wow.
in the Philippines. I represented the Philippines in the World Finals in Lake Havasu back in 1997. But unfortunately, I was pang 25 at. Pero, yun, and then si Anton, like in history niya, we have a beach house in Mindoro.
Okay.
When he was still, I think, 12 or 11. Parang, and then we got an old jetski. We made an old jetski for old friends later. So, siya nag-swimming na doon. Sabi ko pa, Anton, you ride the jetski. Ayaw, umiiyak.
Ilang taon yan?
Was yung 11, I think 11.
Okay, 11 years old.
So, umiiyak. Nag-swimming na lang siya. Takot siya mag-ride yung jetski. Dahil pagka, makapipili sa ako. Sabi ko na promise pa ako na ikot ako ng ikot. Ang ganda-enjoy niya, kamamaya sabi niya kung pwede niya mag-drive. Sige, drive ka dito sa likod.
Okay.
And then, after yan, nagustuhan, the following day, isa na siyang ikot sa akin.
Okay.
After 1 week, nag-option ako, punta doon sa kabilang island, babalik. Sabi ko, pwede ito. Sabi ko, so, we got in his first race ski in Australia. And then, fortunately, merong race ang JSAP noon. And I still have friends in JSAP since I used to be a JSAP rider. So, sinali ko siya.
Right.
I think the first race was in Tacloban.
Okay.
Tacloban. There was an invitation of Tacloban. And then, sumali siya doon. At first, talagang, malakas sa loob. No? Malakas sa loob niya. But then, he missed the movie. Kasi once you miss the movie,
That's it.
ano yun, one knockdown ka.
Mahihirapan ka naman.
So, pagbalik niya ng shore, parang sabi niya, nagpilikwento naman niya pagbalik niya ng shore, parang wala nag-rejoice. Parang hindi sila masaya first place ako, di ba? Tapos sabi namin, you missed the movie. So, I started crying. Sabi namin, ganyan talaga yan, this is racing, you learn from it.
That's the part of the journey,
That's
di
part
ba?
of the journey. Yung nasasabi namin, this is racing, not all the time you win.
Right. Okay, so Robert, ikaw may background ka kasi with jet ski. Si Joyce naman, I wanted to know, ano yung reaction ng mother nung nalaman niya na the son is into jet ski now?
Actually, to be honest, the first time that my husband Bobo asked me, sabi ko just a race for the top club, but I was super nervous.
Okay.
I said, you only have one child, and it's a very dangerous sport. So I don't know what to do. But he said, hindi, tayo lang yan. So I think when he progressed and started racing, I gave more trust and faith that he will not get into any accident. Because Anton is a safe driver. So, but I was really nervous.
Yung sinasabi mo was about the race.
Yeah.
What I'm curious, yung sinakwento ni Robert, ang unang sakay niya, tapos nag-offshore ka agad. Ano yung naging kinanap mo ba? Pinagalitan mo ba?
Actually, natuwa ako.
Ano tawa ka? Are you also into jet ski?
Yeah, I also, for fun. I like offshore, like that. Natuwa ako kasi he was so afraid. He was saying he just wants to swim in the pool. And all his cousins were trying to ski.
Okay.
And then when he started trying it out, he didn't want to give first to his cousins anymore. He was just trying it out after.
Right.
So I said, gusto niya nga talaga.
Nasa nagustuhan na niya, di ba? Now it's time to hear from Anton. Ikaw na magkwento. Nakwento na ng papa mo. How did it feel like riding it for the very first time?
Riding it for the very first time, I was still super scared because, as my dad said, I just wanted to swim in the swimming pool. And then when eventually during that week, when I was able to go to the island by myself, that's when I started to feel like maybe I could race and yeah.
Naramdaman mo kaagad na, uy, pwede to, I want this kind of sport.
Yes, I had that feeling.
Feeling na agad. So, you didn't try other sports anymore? Hindi ka na interested? O ito lang? Kasi I learned you wanted boxing also?
That I boxed for my cross training, but I used to be a football varsity. Kaya sa Adidas, yeah.
Pero dito ka na nag-focus?
Yes, yes.
Oh, parang gusto mo na i-continue yung legacy ng father mo. No? Okay, let's start. Time to hear our friends from the press to ask their questions. I thought can I borrow for a while?
Okay, so if you want to ask a question, please approach the mic, mention your name and the media outlet you represent. Richard, ikaw nag-volunteer ko muna. Richard is from, alam ko yun, no? Lionheart TV.
Meron siya pala na naka-ready. Pinagandaan niya.
Ayun, congratulations, Anton. Actually, yung question ko sa'yo, paano mo paano nabuo sa isip mo na ito yung gusto mong tahaking, parang career na rin ito kahit ito yung sinimulang mo sports. And
Right.
ano yung feeling na parang pinabandera mo yung bandera ng Pilipinas sa ibang bansa?
Alam mo kung saan siya nagagalit? Because when you're a teen, ang daming distractions, ang daming pwedeng gustong gawin. Paano mo na zero in sa jet ski and now it's a career?
I feel like this feeling for me started during my first race when my dad was saying that I thought I was first but I missed the buoy.
Challenge.
Yeah, that feeling for me was a good experience because after that race it wanted me to work harder and do better in my other races. And every race I join, even till this day, I still get that feeling that I need to work on something and improve on something.
Yung second question niya is being
Ano
a
yung feeling
career.
like
Being a career. So career na siya now.
This has been really fun for me. Aside from it being challenging, I enjoy every moment. And
And curious lang ako kasi syempre at early age nagsimula ka dito. May mga parang mga bagay na kailangan hindi gawin. Ano bang term doon? Parang hindi kailangan gawin just to pursue this.
What were your sacrifices?
Sacrifices.
Yun ang gusto kong tanong ni Richard. What did friends, parang ganyan, other gimmicks, gano'n. Sige, kwenta ka.
so, during the times I had more races, which is this year and 2 years ago, I had to sacrifice time with family, friends, and also going out, But also, a big factor is I had to miss school and stuff like that also.
Pero okay ka naman ngayon. Kasi wala ka naman pinagsisisihan from this.
No, for me, all of this was worth it. All the hard work and sacrifices.
Congratulations, Anton.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you, Richard.
May na-mention si Anton. You're next from GMA7, sige. But may na-mention ka na you had to wake up, do training. All I wanted to ask, ano ba ang discipline ng isang jet ski racer?
Talagang dapat
Meron bang workout yan? Ano ba yung kailangan?
It's managing what I compared to other motorsports, just like it's a motocross. It's very physically driven, and there's no suspension to take the beating and very your muscles happen. There's no brake levers, so the body has to handle the G-forces upon acceleration.
Okay.
So it's very advantageous that they be really shaped like components
Right.
and a lot of cardiovascular activities and for an older
May
guy.
hingal din siya.
Yes.
Oh.
So it's physically demanding as well. Just
Ang
like
kalaban
that.
mo is the buoyancy,
Besides your competitors, you have the elements in the weight
Weights.
conditions, the G-forces from the turns,
right.
from the acceleration and the braking also.
So, sa buong katawan niya, ano yung pinakailangan maganda? Core?
Or because pretty much all body.
Whole body rin talaga. Four arms, di ba? No? Kailangan. kailangan matatag yung kamay mo.
So you have to consider the kid's age and how much dedication and commitment that he's been doing just for the physical preparation also
Okay.
too.
Okay.
And that means a lot seeing someone as young as him that's committed also.
Last na lang. I'm curious. Marami ka bang sunblock sa bahay? No, kasi you're a jet ski racer. You're so tan, di ba? Pero, go ahead. Ano ba? Yun ba ang pinaka-importante?
Lotion.
Yeah, like a lot in the house. Yeah.
We stock one.
Grabe talaga.
Lahat kasi kami diyan siya.
Oo, eh.
Everybody uses the lotion. And
Sunblock.
Dapat may endorsement na siya ng lotion.
Oo nga. Baka naman yung mga endorsements dyan. Pwede na kayo doon. Let's have GMA7.
Hello, good evening. Okay ba to? Ako po si Darlene from GMA. Gusto ko lang itanong kay Anton, can you take me back to the moment when when it clicked na you snagged the world champion, yung title? What was going through your head? What were you feeling?
that feeling when I crossed the finish line, it's a feeling that will forever stick with me because more than the win, I feel like I made a lot of people proud back home. And I know that I've been working hard for that, practicing every week, and that was really a good moment for me.
Since ikaw nga yung parang youngest champion in history sa Philippines sa pagdating sa jet ski, meron bang kumbaga feeling of, I don't wanna say isolation, pero niche kasi siya eh. Hindi siya isang sport na
Mainstream.
mainstream na parang maririnig mo sa mga bata or mga tao like your age na gusto nilang masukin. So, meron bang ganun na parang you feel like it should be more well known or meron ka bang ganun passion gusto siya share?
May pagka-social kasi yung jet ski. Wala naman kami jet ski sa bahay. Pwede kami bumili ng bike.
Very expensive. Very expensive.
Magkano ba jet ski? Magkano ba jet ski?
It's about 1.5 to 2 million.
Si Coach eh. Okay, yung ganda yung question
Tapos
ni
may
Darlene.
maintenance pa po yan, ha?
Do you have that advocacy in mind right now to make this sport a lot more familiar and well known to kids?
I want to spread the word and show people that this sport is worth trying because it's really fun and I've seen like the younger generation, they're getting really good at it, so I feel like there's hope and the sport will get bigger.
If I can add to that.
Yes, please.
If I could add to that, kasi, now with the Jetski Association of the Philippines, we have a program that we really encourage kids to start at a young age. Syempre pag yung kids na-start sila sa sport at a young age, natututo sila maging discipline, maging determined, maging talagang competitive, to fight in life also. Ganito kasi yung program sa Thailand. Sa Thailand, this is a really big sport. That in Thailand, once you start 8 years old, tas mag-umpisa na yan. Nag-8 years
Where did they
old.
do it? Phuket?
Some in Pattaya.
Pattaya.
Marami sa mga lake doon, around Thailand. So, sila from 8 years old, they progress pataas. And sila, pag nag-champion sila sa Thailand, sinasagot ng government yung schooling nila. As of the moment, I would say Thailand is #1 in the sport worldwide. I think next to the United Arab Emirates. Iba-ibang divisions na. Pero yung mga Thailanders talaga, since they have a program to start from the young ones to the old ones. Yun ang ano. And that's the thing that JSAP wants to encourage kids to join. So we need sila Anton to parang encourage sila at gayahin sila ng mga bata. Well, of course, with JSAP, Jetski Association of the Philippines, ang unang kailangan gawin dyan is yung safety ng rider. You have to remember, this is one of the most dangerous extreme sport there is. Imagine running at 100, 120 kilometers an hour on the water without any brakes.
No breaks.
So pagka merong mag-cut na sa'yo dyan, marami na mga fatalities na rin. Kaya sila Paul and Jason, very strict sila when it comes to safety, when it comes to yung organizing the races and everything. Kaya we really encourage kids to join Jason. Ngayon, we have kids now na magagaling, trying kids sila siguro yung mga next in line that would be taking this trophy.
Sorry, last na lang. Pag-iisahin ko na lang sa inyo po, Sir Robert, and kay Miss Joyce, kung ano yung feeling, kung ano naman po sa isip nyo nung nanalo na siya ng world title, and additional na lang kay Sir Robert, na yung feeling na same sport kayo na ina-enjoy na.
I'll let you answer first para kung sila.
Actually, last year, Anton won last year for his division. But you know, every year, we make it a point that we don't get lost. Because every year, there are new riders or maybe this past opponent became better or whatever, or their skis are different. So, it's the rider and also the jet ski. So we never became complacent about these practices, and I'm always reminded. So going back to your question, what is the feeling this year? It's still a total surprise because it's a different division. I was in fact hesitant for him to join because I said, why? Parang baka hindi pa niya kaya. So nananalo siya. Parang nakatingin sila sa akin. Sabi nila, sinabi namin kaya na. So, of course, I was so happy. In fact, I was crying. It was almost sure na kasi last lap na, but they were all celebrating. I'm like, still praying. Kasi baka may mangyari pa eh. So when he did, you know, I said, thank you, Lord. And my husband, he got sugat sa tuhod. Kasi puro late siya. Napalugod daw siya. So may sugat siya dito. So we're all like, so happy, we're all crying. And it's the best feeling. So, yeah. You?
As for me, kasi magkaiwalay kami nung time na yun eh. He was in Kazakhstan. I was going back to catching sa tech inspection. So, I was watching him cross the finish line. Na-stuck ako doon sa pit tent ng Cambodia, Germany. Tapos, yung mga kalaban niya. So, when he crossed the line, napalagod nila ako, I have a flag with me. So I was just waving our flag. And syempre I was crying and nakita ko kung gaano yung hila, yung determination, yung preparation pa lang ito. This is a 1-year preparation, yung pagturo ng kanyang mga mentors sila Paul, every time you practice yung Bulacan, yung Subic, gano'n na lang talaga binabantayan. And talaga yung practice niya, parang lahat yun dumating sa akin, wala siya. And talagang worth it na. Siyempre yung gastos, yung lahat ng parang nawala lahat yun. And we at least, once again, we brought pride to the Philippines. We brought pride to the family and also yung association namin. Kaya I was speechless. Talagang it's beyond words yung aking nararamdaman. And like sabi nga ng wife ko last year naman, iba yung feeling ngayon. Kasi talagang you're competing against the best of the best. So, sa kanya basa. So, pinakita niya na he can do it. It was actually nerve-wracking and if I may just share, yung first moto niya, first race, he was first place. And then we made a mistake on the second motor to choose a different position on the pole position. So, with that, nag-second place siya. So sabi namin, on the third and last motor, this is a do or die. So, all of us are nervous, syempre, that, bangga, bahala na, diba? Just do it. Do it for your country. So, we had to stay beside number one. nakita ko sa GoPro niya eh. So talagang, ano mo sila, it was a safe thing. Kasi sila mga pro riders, so sila sa ano nila kung dangerous. And then, nung paglabas ng first turn na gano'n, he was first. And then yung first and second moto was number 6. So everyone was jumping na. Our teammates from Cebu, ganyan. Eh, siyempre, hindi ko makapag-rejoice. And, this is a machine. Anything can happen. But then, on the last lap, parang sabi ko, parang pass. I was so happy that kung tuloy-tuloy na nagkuhan, medyo relax ka. Pero okay.
Okay, before I call in Cesar, who will ask the next question. Ano ba disgrasya na ba? Sorry gusto lang namin malaman kasi parang nakita namin yung video kanina, parang you were doing it so, easily. Parang breeze lang sa iyo eh. Nagkaroon na ba ng nag-cement lang ka or something?
Share, please.
During the race, I haven't really fell or bumped anyone like in the pathway. But during practice, one time in Kailaya, I was making a turn and then I flew off. And then I
Tagalog tumilapon.
Tapos nag-backflip ako mga 5 or 6 times. That was really bad. But during the race, not like that.
Is swimming required? Magaling ka dapat lumangoy.
Not necessarily, since I have an actress already. But better if you know how to swim.
Alright. Cesar, go ahead.
Yung question ko po for Sir Robert or Sir Paul, kung sino man po. Kumusta po ang jet ski community right now dito sa Philippines?
Malaki ba?
Gaano po siya kalawak? Ilan po yung mga, kumbaga, beach po nito sa mga ages na brackets? Tapos, saan po yung pinaka-main, kasi Siargao, we know for surfing. Parang saan po yung pinaka-main po ng jet ski community dito sa Pilipinas?
Our Vice President, Paul?
Just to clarify that, I was the former Vice President and I was a football pick right here. It's a very interesting question. It's basically, kung may jet ski capital lang siguro sa Pilipinas, I would say it's within the Luzon area, because sa atin. And then we're divided into 3 major regions, as you know, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Besides, here in the Cebuanos who are very active. And then we have the people from Mindanao, the people from Jensan and Davao, who are very fast, strong riders as well, besides Anton. And 2 of our world champions here are from Luzon also. And we have a very promising young list of riders also from Mindanao. And finally, with the help of Sir Bombet here, as a new Vice President, he's also inducting and bringing back Cebu, part of JSAC, and the Cebuanos have their own prestigious association, which is also very highly respectable. But Sir Bombet and President Harley David, they want to include everybody, every Filipino should be part of it, and you should expect the sport to grow in the country next year because of our open lines.
Okay. Sir, you have something to add?
You're the current Vice President.
He is the current Vice. I'm very coming.
Okay.
So, well, to your question, marami kasi yung like our races here in Luzon. Like last year, we had our races in Subic Bay. But now I think we will be doing all over. We'll be having one here in Luzon, one in Cebu, and one in General Santos area, Jensan area. Kasi marami rin mga riders. As a matter of fact, one of our teammates, which a girl, Christine Mercado, got second also in the World Finals. And then yung kanila isang teammates, si Angelo Ventus, got the World Championship also.
Ilan po silang Pilipino doon sa...
This is the biggest. Team this year, 2024. I think there are 13
Pero
riders.
siya po yung pinaka...
He won the Pro-Am 1100. Si Angelo Ventus, champion of the 1800 novice. He's also a world champion. And then there's Cody Contino, which is third place on the stand-up division. And then si Christine Mercado for the women's division.
Ano po yung sumunod sa kanya? Anong bansa?
Cambodia.
Okay.
And then Germany.
Then sir, last na lang po kay Anton. Paano mo nababalance yung sport mo, sport career mo, saka sa studies mo, that you are getting media arts, no? Magkalayo kasi yung mundo nun eh. Paano nagagawa mo? Kumusta ang stand mo sa education ground mo?
I'd say I balance it pretty well. I focus on the sport, but also I never forget to do well in my studies. But for this race, unfortunately, I had to miss school, and due to the time difference, it was also hard to keep up. So now that I'm back, I'm catching up with school, and it's going well.
Pero school-based ka o home-based ka?
School-based.
Talagang pumapasok.
Yes.
Pero
What's your course?
Media and arts.
Paano pag a-absent ka because of you have a laban, you have training? Kasi di ba hindi nang makukuha isang araw eh.
We submit an excuse letter to the school.
Naiintindihan naman po nila.
Yes.
You get also some incentives sa school or scholarship because of your...
No, not really.
Saan school to?
UANP, University of Asia Pacific.
Thank you po.
He's the principal. Oh! No, joke lang. Kinabahan siya ata. Kinabahan siya ata. He's the principal. Okay, we have a question here. Okay. Maganda ba to? Yung ating set. Wait lang.
Huwag ka na mag-mic. Okay na yan.
Okay. Okay, good evening, Peras from Sports Corner PH, and one of those na nag-cover nga ng pagkapanalo nga ni Anton Ignacio, one of the biggest supporters na ng jetski is our page, Sports Corner PH. Unahin natin si Sir Anton, gaano ka ba kapreparado para dito sa competition na ito? Ano ba yung naging mindset ninyo during the race? And of course, alam natin, dito ang first time na makapag-compete internationally, pero sanay ka na sa pag-compete nga against the toughest rivals dito. Mindset.
My mindset this race was not different from the others. I'd say I still stayed humble because even though I won last year, I still don't put that in my head, and I always strive for more. And also, the preparation for this was very hard because I was practicing every week also.
And of course, ano ba yung naging improvements sa inyo during the race? And what's your description about dun sa top competition na naranasan nyo during this race? And eventually, ikaw ang nanaig sa ating mga world rivals po.
Improvements first.
Improvements and of course yung description sa top competition na yun during the race.
During the first races I raced, I noticed that I was slow on the starts. So once you're slow on the starts, that really kind of sums up your whole race. So if you have a bad start, then
It sets the tone.
yes. So after those two races, I made sure that my starts were good, and then that's what worked out.
Yung second question niya.
Yes.
Okay, and then yung description, improvements and description nga pala dun sa top competition against those na nakalaban nyo on your group. How would you describe your competitors?
Those riders are the best of the best, and the guy who won second actually almost hit all the categories in the World Finals. So he's really good, and it's an honor to go against those guys because they really put in the work.
Okay,
Yeah.
last question kay Anton bago ipasa kay champion Paul De Rosario. Anton, nakita natin marami tayo mga jet ski racers na promising, na nanalo sa international competitions, and of course, unti-unti nakikita yung progress niya sa competition. Sa tingin nyo, magiging powerhouse pa tayo sa Asia itong jet ski? In your opinion?
Ganda ng question niya. Kasi archipelago tayo eh.
Oo, puno ng tubig eh.
Oo.
I see hope that everyone in the Philippine team right now will eventually get to the highest level because everyone here puts in the work and we all support each other.
Okay, last question kay Sir Paul na kaibigan natin at nakausap natin before. Sir Paul, alam naman natin marami tayong mga bagong sibol na mga kampiyon sa jetski like si Anton, si Inito Bentus, Christine Mercado, and the rest of the delegation na binabantayan at pinupost din natin sa Sports Corner page, FB page. What can you say about sa tremendous growth ng ating mga junior jet ski riders na susunod sa yapak ninyo and eventually magiging world champion katulad ni Anton? Thank you and good evening.
Masaya talaga kami po na nakikita natin yung progreso ng mga bata ngayon. Iba sila ngayon. Kung sabihin ka lang, itong batch na ito, ay talaga nagkakaiba sa mga ibang batches ng kids before. It's not just like Anton right here, but these other kids that you mentioned, like Enzo, Angelo, Christine, Kyla, it just happens that their talent just came out. It's really one of a kind, and I have a lot of respect for these kids. I know what they sacrifice for them. It's like a job as well for them. So what I appreciate with Anton is very humble, and he doesn't break under pressure, which is very different than from the rest of the young riders here. And it's a very pressuring thing for him to be in. And the kids now are really what set the tone for the national growth. And I could honestly say number 2 in Pilipinas because of Southeast Asia in terms of winnings. We have less riders on the islands, pero yung quality natin, puro gold, silver, bronze yung finishing nito. And I'm very happy to see this happen, being a kid myself too.
Alright, thank you very much. Before we pass the mic to Alan Sangon, who will ask the next question, how young is young? Well, si Paul muna. Sir Paul, how young is young? Na pwede mag-start?
Dito kasi may ibang categories na binibigyan na. Una ito sa junior class. The junior class basically begins with, you could be anywhere from 8, 10.
Wow,
And then they'll get these kids not to race with each other kasi masyadong delikado pa pag sinama sila sa karera. And they're not physically adept compared to the bigger kids in the teens. So the 8 to 10s do slaloms and time trials. And then you have the juniors that range from 10 to 13. And then 10 to 13 kids also do the same thing, time trials and sila. But then they're just more physically more mature. And then you have the last of the juniors, which are the 13 to 15. And these teenagers, pwede na sila kumaya because they're teenagers at 13 and 15. So if you want to talk about what's young is young, I think it starts with the tender age of 8 years old.
Right. Yung mga 8 na yun, yung jet ski na malaki na yung hinahawa. Or there's a junior jet ski.
Halos hindi mo makikita yung mga katawan nila.
I know.
Malaki yung helmet nila.
Mas malaki. Mas malaki yung helmet. Okay, Alan, go ahead.
Yeah. Yung tanong ko lang, curious lang ako kala the Ignacio family.
Sa tagal-tagal yung sports ko, sa 1.5 to 2 million na presyo ng jet ski, how many jet ski do you have?
Wow! How many jet ski do you own now?
Ay, yeah.
Tsaka saan po siya
Saan nakaparada?
nakalocate?
So here in the Philippines, you know,
Wow, here in the Philippines. Sa ibang bansa, meron.
5, and in the US, 3, and in Thailand,
Ano?
2.
Nasa iba't ibang lugar po siya dito sa
Yeah.
Philippines.
We ship it kasi every race. And then we have a mechanic in Thailand that stores our jet skis. And in the US also.
Parang kanina sinabi niyo na isa sa mga matinding ka-competition or number 1 is yung United Arab Emirates saka yung Thailand, di ba? So, ikaw personally, sino yung matinding kalaban mo during that time na lumaban ka? Kamusta yung performance nung UAE and yung Thailand?
Everybody performed well actually, especially the UAE. They have the fastest category in the World Finals. So, number 1 it was UAE, and then I think number 3 was the US. Yeah. In my category, the second place was from Cambodia, Phil Sally, and from number 3, Germany, Jens Wittling.
Kamusta yung performance ng Thailand sa kanila?
Kahit palalo yun.
Really good.
Talaga. Sabi mo kasi kanina nung tinanong ka namin, you have a girlfriend, di ba?
Yes.
Actually,
Kasama mo siya?
a good question there.
Kasama mo siya?
Do you get admirers?
Kasi pag basketball, di ba? Parang, ay, gusto yung MVP, mga ganyan. Pag jetski racer, may admirers din.
I'm not so sure. But I have a girlfriend. Yeah.
May girlfriend siya eh. So kung ano lang, funny question lang, kung sakaling mag-jetski kayong dalawa, saan mo dadalhin yung girlfriend mo?
Maybe around the Philippines, like Boracay, Palawan.
Nakasakay niya siya sa jet ski.
Yes, she does. Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you,
congratulations.
Alan. Do you get support from the national government?
Not yet.
Kung nanalo na.
Unfortunately, even yung SEA Games delegation namin in 2023, which is si Mr. Gonzalo, si Anton, si PJ Ang, and si Louis Buisan. They were the delegation that represented the Philippines. Unfortunately, walang support. I think just a plain ticket.
Sabi ni Joyce, meron naman ka.
Sa kanil pupunta eh.
Okay. Joyce, ikaw na magkwenta.
Meron naman. Siyempre, hindi lang siguro katulad ng sa ibang country compare, but they provided the accommodation,
Okay.
the meals,
Okay.
and there was pocket money.
Okay.
Supposedly for the crew also, because you have to apply the paper. And then also, ano pa ba?
Ticket lang.
How about
Anything.
sponsorships po? May mga nag-sponsor sa kanya.
Yes, there are.
Meron na rin. That's
Yes.
nice.
Is gear that by the Philippines, and then eyewear, Ruby Project, and then his mechanic also from Thailand, 777 Performance, and the tuner of his skis, Jumbo Tuner. And of course, the biggest sponsor, Ruby. Gusto nyo, pwede ka naman. Marami pa si Jess, ipaligin pa na lang.
Do you also do free clinics? For, let's say, may bata na nakatira sa beach, gusto na matutong sport. Ganyan. May mga ganun kayo free clinics?
Oh, that is one thing that I think JSAP would be doing. Actually, last year the plan was mentorship program.
Okay.
Which ang mag-mentor sa kanila, syempre yung bata, gusto nun yung mentor niya, yung idol niya. Tapos yung mga yun, i-assign namin yung mga champions niya, like Anton, Angelo, sila Pam, sila ganyan. They will mentor the kids. Pero from time to time, si Paul de Rosario bring yung mga world champion ng mga jetski, yung mga world champion from Paul, that's from what si Kevin is from Austria, to teach yung mga bata. Pero even siya ito, yung turuan nila sa... Siyempre, iba pa rin experience ng mga those are 10-time world champions.
Alright. Any other question? Go ahead.
Just like from Philippines Sports, I would like to ask, Anton, first, regarding the race again, you won the novice, then the pro. What do you think would be harder if you would choose? What was the harder competition?
I'd say this year was way harder because there's just one person I'm against. He's 4 or 5-time world champion already, and everybody there is a world champion already. So I'd say this was a harder race and competition.
With regards for Lisa, what are your plans with regards to grassroots, especially we have tournaments now, the grassroots tournaments of the government are back, Kalarong Pambansa, Batang Pinoy, Philippine national teams. What are the plans of Lisa with regards to develop more athletes like Anton?
In terms of cohesion, first we want to get the country back together in some of the sense Mindanao and Visayas. for example, has so many youth that we want to reach out to, pero it's hard for them to go to Manila. But now that our associations are all linked, this should be the very start in a great precursor for rider development, regardless of which region we're in this country. A couple more things I might want to add about Anton is he's the youngest Filipino world champion that we ever had here. And second, he's the first Filipino to win a Pro-Am World Championship. So,
The youngest world champion at 18, right?
Filipino world champion.
Filipino world champion. Any more? Any other questions?
Apo,
Oh, go ahead. May pahabol lang.
Okay. With regards sa suporta ng PSC at POC, kamusta na ang suporta ng both entities with regards sa jetski po, cellphone?
maganda yung reception po nila, especially sa POC, they acknowledge it. When it comes to finances, parang we don't want to parang pressure them naman too much for any of these. And neither do they really want to extend so much because there are bigger sports, as you mentioned. This is quite niche, but it is growing also. And it's part of the SEA Games, which is also a very big deal for us and also for the community worldwide. And they are very receptive, and I am aware that along with President Harley Shimper, they are taking preparations for the 2025 SEA Games to be held in Thailand, and you could expect Anton to do very well for the country.
Okay. Next.
Hi, I'm Trixie. That was from Ecuador region, the Philippines I mentioned. My question is regarding like if what if a beginner wants to start doing jet ski? Like me, or would I need? What gear do I need? How much do I need to prepare monthly or annually?
For a beginner, I'd say first is the gear, helmet, vest,
Okay.
gloves.
Okay. Is there a footwear?
Yeah, Apple shoes is best.
Baka mahal
Yeah.
naman yan eh. Okay, next. Ano pa mga
And wetsuit,
Wetsuit. Okay.
that's like the basic
Eyewear.
gear. Yeah, helmet and goggles go together.
Magkano na lahat yun? Kasi kinakalculate na namin ni Trixie eh.
May sarili na siya.
Mga magkano na yun?
Also the back support and back protector. That's just for the beginners, but if you're racing, then you need more stuff like the back support, back brace, because they won't allow you if you don't have those during the races. Yeah.
Joyce, baka ikaw makakasagot kasi may tanong si Trixie na parang how much
How
daw.
much annually, monthly, like how much?
Yung itatabi namin,
One needs.
yung budget namin. Robert, sige.
Well, if you buy your ski, syempre, you buy the entry level first. Kasi hindi mo naman sigurado kung mag-install ka na ng bata. So that's around, I would say, 1.2 million, something like that. But I think, see,
So sorry for grabbing the mic, pero just to let you know, it does sound expensive, but in truth, people, the average racer would be using used equipment, and these equipment would go anywhere from 300 to 500,000 pesos also. And in regards to your question, Ponam, it's really based on fuel and your time. You have to drive your car, you have to then put fuel on your ski, and then that's the major expenses, so you just have to count your hours and how many liters of fuel you spend, but it doesn't come out to be so much, especially the good part is quite economical these days. Kasi the jet ski is now more reliable using a 4-stroke platform versus the 2-stroke before. Takbo ka, tapos sabi ko na kayo, tupahin yung engine, but those days are gone. So now it's quite economical.
So you need at least what, 2 million, 3 million?
Not even close. Initially, depending what class you race, if you get a good second-hand boat, you could start off definitely sub 700, 500, and that could be competitive and yet reliable too. And if you meet the right people also in the industry, they could guide you also. There's no specific clinics, but there are the champions who could also perform and that you could come up to, and they guide you to do the right thing, wear the right thing, and how to practice. So maybe on a weekly basis, you could be spending, I would say, sub 4,000, and that's probably much for your fuel and those are your major expenses besides your meals and besides your time. So that's all you probably need to spend.
Sabi sa'yo, Trixie, badminton na lang tayo.
So actually, if it's a beginner, like Paul was saying kanina, we start them with the time attack.
Okay.
Hindi pwedeng beginner sa agad-agad sa close course race. In a time attack race, you use one jetski. The association will provide the jetski that you will use. Yes, it's not gonna be that expensive. Kasi yung program na gusto gawin ng JSAP ngayon, dahil hindi naman natin sigurado kung gusto talaga ng bata. So we want to introduce them to the sport by doing the time attack, which the association will provide the jet ski for the race, for the time attack race. So siguro when practice, I think that's only about 5,000.
For rental.
You can do a rental, diba? And then may mga clinics naman. Siyempre yung mga older generations like sila Anton, they would love to pass on the knowledge to these new writers. So that we will be creating more good writers in the future.
Just a follow-up question, because I know one of the trainings Anton does is like doing weightlifting. So basically, what's do you have requirement for his calories? I know, yeah, it uses a lot of.
Me personally, I don't have a diet.
You eat anything?
I eat anything.
Pero you work out.
Yes, I make sure to not sit and not eat too much.
Okay.
But after workout, I eat.
Mabilis na
whatever.
metabolism mo.
Yes, yes, it is.
You do a lot of core workouts?
Core, lifting, sometimes cross training, basketball, boxing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright.
Thank
Thank you, Trixie.
Trixie, badminton na lang tayo. 89 lang yata sa TikTok yung isang raketa. Well, go ahead, please.
Question na po para kay Anton, kay Sir Paul. Para po sa SEA Games, are there like any plans na nakalatan na pwedeng improving yan or pag-usapan sa
Good evening, good question. Our President Harvey David works closely with the POC and he's been working very diligently with the board of JSA. The good news is there is inclusion for 2025 and we were almost going to lose that. All we needed was 5 countries to participate. Now we have Cambodia confirmed, Brunei confirmed, of course Thailand, and we have the Philippines and Malaysia, so Indonesia of course. So we're all happy that we're there. Now the next step is with the POC and our President Harvey. And coordinating with Harvey now. Harvey's on top of it and he's fixing his letter of accreditation and his endorsement letter to write back to the POC and for the POC to write back to the International Association.
Anton, ikaw? Olympics?
SEA Games.
So for SEA Games, I'm still practicing every week. And SEA Games gets you 2025. So I'm expecting to practice more and have more time on the water. Yeah.
How many po kayo? How many like you sa SEA Games na jet ski rin yung ano? In your
Ang
team?
mag-represent ng Philippines sa SEA Games. Ilan?
According to Thailand, I think there will be around 7 or 8 categories, which per category you are allowed to have 2 riders. So,
Kilala niyo na po kung sino yung kasama?
yes, yung Philippine team ngayon, of course, the champions, and then syempre may mga bagong, Yung iba kasi underage pa eh.
Okay.
Hindi pa sila pwede.
Kailangan 18.
They have to be 16.
Ah, 16.
In the SEA Games.
In the SEA Games and also sa World Finals.
World Finals.
May category niya, you have to be 16 naman. But there are some categories that Paul said that 10 to 13, 13 to 15. And of course, there are the veterans. 45 and above.
Joyce, tama ba yung narinig ko? December 2025? Oh, next year, December.
Yeah, December 2025 is the SEA Games.
Okay, may video daw tayo na ipapakita. This was the
Championship. The most recent championship na napanalo ni Anton. Pro-Am. Okay, I'm gonna move right over here.
It's the white flag from Paul Pistone. There is your race leader coming down the front straightaway. White flag out for that guy right there. Anton Ignacio out of the Philippines, sponsored by Robake Builders. 7-7 performance by Jumbo Tuner and the Rudy Project. Nice looking machine right there that he brought over from the Philippines. And he is riding that thing smooth, baby. He is smooth on that track like a hot knife through butter. Again, I'd like to say a very special thanks to our good friends from the NSDF, that is the National Sports Development Fund out of Thailand, one of our main sponsors here with the WGP1 Grand Prix Series. This is round number 2 for that series. Round number 3 will happen over in Thailand. We hope you can join us in Pattaya in early December for that one. Number 17. We got the camera on him because it looks like he is going to ride his way all the way to a world championship. There he is at the MasterCard buoy. Time to make a choice. And his choice is going to be, I'm going to the outside, Mike. And there is the white flag. It's all number 17. There is your race leader coming down the front straightaway. White flag out. Exit the outside straight. One final time. Here we go. Down the front straightaway out of the Philippines. Sponsored by Robake Builders. Anton Ignacio. Performance by Jumbo Tuner. The Philippines. The Rudy Project. A world championship. Nice looking Michigan.
Hey, good job! Alright. Meron pa daw tayong question right over here.
Can we pass the mic, please? Thank you very much.
Hello, ako po si Gilby Yata. Meron pa akong page na diamondbalita.com saka post po ako sa mga tabloid. Ano ko lang po para sa inspiration po mga bagong gustong mag-jetski, ano po ang price na nakukuha po niya ng mga nagka-champion? Ayun nga po, ano.
Ganda. Millions din. Ano doon?
Yung price ka sa akin. No? Pero, there are some categories na mayroong prize money, like in international races.
Okay.
Yung mga categories, they go as far as high as 450,000 baht in Thailand. So now we're talking about 700,000 pesos in that category. Meron naman, yung iba, 3,000 baht, wala 10,000 ganyan. O may iba, ito ang price ng Pilipinas. So, yun. May mga iba kasi events that they have cash prizes. Dito sa amin sa JSAP, we don't really interject kasi alam naman yung mga bata ko kumaya ng para sa kanila. We want them to raise for passion. So, yeah, to answer your question, it's sometimes meron, sometimes both.
Kasi iba din talaga pag ang inspiration mo, money. Diba? Minsan, we would hear stories ng ating mga kababayan na kaya sila nag-boxing kasi they wanted to, earn for their family, provide for their family. Mayaman na kasi kinakatayo, Pero mo ba yun kanina? 450,000 baht? So that's 774,000 pesos. Wow! Pag yun pa lang, bawi ka na. Yung sinabi ni Paul kanina na 700,000 yung initial na yun. Any more questions?
Additional question.
Go ahead.
Kay Anton, what's next after nitong IJSBA World Finals sa US? Ano susunod ang paghahandaan o magpapahinga ka na muna?
So in December, first week of December, we have a race in Thailand, K-Stop. in
Pataya.
in Pattaya.
Ayun.
It's part of the triple crown. So the first round was in Poland, second was this one, the quarterfinals in the US, and third is Thailand.
So you had 2 already?
Yes.
Wow, isa na lang.
One more year.
So,
Turning first now.
it is the same lineup doon sa US ang papadala natin doon?
Yes.
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 Okay, sa ating mga parents, sina Robert at saka si Joyce, gaano ba ka-proud na makita na isang inaangaan at kinikilala ng world champion na sa sport na jet ski ang inyong anak? Joyce, ikaw muna, then si Robert.
Nakakatanda ng pagod. It's overwhelming, and we're very, very grateful kasi it doesn't happen every day, especially when you have one child. And that's why we take every opportunity or every race as a blessing. Hindi naman araw-araw gusto na nanalo. So, we learn from experience, and maybe that's the reason why he got better and better, because we celebrate the losses and look at the things that he can improve on. I mean, seriously, kahit kasama na hindi nagkakaaway ko. Parang have fun at the same time. Tapos mapagod din, di ba? Pero, napo-correct niya, and then finally he got it. So, I feel so grateful because this part not only is about the wins, but it really bonded the three of us. We traveled all over, tapos, we make sure that our crew, one thing, kung wala nag-aaway, kung may konting problem, syempre, minsan may panalo kami, pero okay lahat. So good vibes. I think that's the secret.
Parang stress-free naman yung environment. Kasi
Yeah.
beach di ba? Parang,
Yeah, all the races are stressful. But it's so fun that, you know, it's a blessing. So this win is also, I think, a bonus.
Okay, Robert.